So for you Virgos, you have the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So there's definitely a sense of you Virgos moving forward and leaving an old idea behind, right? Page of Pentacles, this has very much so been a very good learning experience for a lot of you Virgos on how to move forward, how to take a better step forward with yourselves, with your lives in general. The King of Wands and the Lovers, however, represents, you know, just the old, from what I'm getting from these couple of cards too, is that the old ideology, people are going to have to show up better. Okay? People are going to have to show up better, because this King of Wands really represents two situations. It represents, people think that that type of hard, crass nonsense is going to work on you, and it's not. But also this represents you to a certain extent, because in a regard of, you're not going to show up hardened or whatnot, but the way that you will show up is very much so of a kingly or queenly role, in the sense that if a person, you know, if a person is wasting time, what are they doing at the end of the day? So you're going to leave them like, okay, you don't know, you are delusional. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. So now the Lovers is about, and you Virgos are going to see within the next couple of weeks how even more so, right? If you are done with just kind of how people mate and call themselves trying to mate and call themselves trying to interact, right? You Virgos are going to be even more so done with the ignorance, the stupidity, because these next couple of weeks coming, you Virgos are going to see that just how warped and how confused a lot of people actually are. And what I mean by that is, you Virgos are done with the idea of anyone coming to you with a perspective of needing to be upset, an enemy, combativeness. You Virgos are going to be done with that. A lot of you Virgos are going to be like, you know what? Like, you're not dealing with this. You have to show me that you want to be, and then actually be that. If not, I'm out. And a lot of people are still kind of like playing this game with you, where it's like they like you, but they don't want to show you, but they want to put it out there like they're not interested in you. And you know what I'm saying? And that's gonna, you know, that's gonna make it, you know, difficult for you to put your finger on it and to figure it out and to keep you guessing and all this other type of stuff. And it's like a lot of you Virgos don't want to be guessing. That's the point. You want somebody that actually wants to be with you, and if they don't want to be with you, they need to stay out of your way and go on about their business. So then now the Knight of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is about how, so a lot of you Virgos are going to leave a lot of people late at night kind of heartbroken, because, and they should be heartbroken, because the Knight of Swords represent, that's the way that a lot of people are going to come at you. They're still coming at you from this old, tired, it's going to work, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's not. It's not going to work. It's not. Because the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, they can't, they don't have the heart to come at you any other type of way. Now, goes to show you how warped and how stupid it is. They're coming at you now like an enemy, like y'all got problems, right? Which is stupid. Because why would they do that if they're trying to get in your good graces and trying to be with you and they like you like that? So that's stupid, trying to make you into an enemy, right? Just so that they could get attention from you. If any of the cross watchers who's watching, that's not how it is that you get on the radar of a Virgo. Virgos are turned off by that. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Yeah, don't do that. That is a surefire way to turn a Virgo off and to switch off their tangibles and their intangibles from you. That's a surefire way to get ignored and to have the Virgo basically stop considering your existence. Don't do that. So, and because then, and then the thing is that the Nine of Swords, it's not going to work even when they're trying to get your attention. Like it is, I was saying before, of course it's not going to work. Because if a person wants to get your attention, Virgos, all it is that they need to start acting like it. They gotta start acting like it. They gotta start acting like they have some form of common sense. So the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands now is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you Virgos are moving forward. And the Two of Wands represents you will have some people who will still try to get your attention that type of way, but of course it's not going to work, right? You're going to still have some people who are going to choose up on you, but of course it's not going to work. So let's clarify the Two of Wands. Let's clarify the Lovers. Let's clarify the Lovers. Clarify the Lovers. You have the Knight of Cups, Hanged Man, Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yeah, because the Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man represents, the Knight of Cups represents you being charming. And you know, those people see you as being charming. And that, you know, you have the gift of gab. You know what to say to get somebody to feel really good about themselves and make somebody blush, right? But the thing about it is that the Hanged Man represents, they want you, those secret admirers, because it's not anybody that's going to come forward, but those secret admirers want you to show them that type of affection. But for them, it's stalled out, right? Like you're cold. And this is what I mean when I say, because Mercury changes temperatures. Mercury is not hot all the time. Mercury is not cold all the time, right? Mercury actually changes. If you've ever studied the planet Mercury, you have to, if you're going to talk about astrology, right? You have to study these planets, right? You have to have some form of knowledge if you're going to do astrology. But some form of knowledge about the planets if you're going to do astrology. But the thing about it is that Mercury isn't hot all the time or cold all the time either. That's why Mercury deals with the thermometer, because the changing of the temperatures that Mercury represents, ironically. So the thing is that the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups now represent, you know, so a lot of people, it's causing the fact that you Virgos are doing your own thing. And when you interact with them, you don't really see their attention, partially because you're choosing to move on, and partially because you Virgos' mind is probably somewhere else completely different, based upon something else, some sort of business or long-term, short-term goal that you want to accomplish, that those people feel bad because they know that they're not getting the type of attention that they want. So now it's like they're trying to figure out, well, is there any kind of way that they could change that circumstance to get your attention, to be attracted to them in that, from that perspective. And let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, and then you have the Tower, right? Because this is the scenario. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, these two cards right here, to clarify, are all about how, so it's all about how, for you Virgos, this is really about how, like I said, the antics that they pulled is not working, and it hasn't been working for a while. So you have a lot of adversarial people that want you to get next to them and all of that type of stuff, but at the same time, it's not working. So the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups is about how, you know, what they want versus what they put out there juxtaposes against each other. They're dialectically opposed, and never the two shall actually mix. So now it's like the Nine of Swords and the Tower is about how if they are gonna be with you, they're gonna have to actually muster up the heart and tell you that eventually. Because if somebody is adversarial with you the whole time, what does a person expect you to do? Of course, you Virgos are gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from you. Now that's not really what it is that you want to accomplish. You mad to the mug, so why did you put it out there like that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what was you doing in the first place? So it just goes to show you how warped the mentality is, but it's really not working anymore. You know, you Virgos probably been teased since you were young about how, you know, you had a big head, you looked a certain kind of way. These are just some of the things that I've heard myself, how it is that I was ugly, I was, you know, looked a certain kind of way, you know, and then it backed up the reality, because the people that I would go ahead and try to talk to, all of them would say no, or a lot of them would say no. Some of them would say yeah, you know, but they'd be playing games too. They would be lazy. They wouldn't be doing anything whatsoever. And everything, all of the performance would be on me. And it would just never make any kind of sense. Then when I leave them, then they want to come back. And it's like, nah, no. Why? To get what? To get what? You don't put in any, you don't even put in, to get what? You don't even put in any kind of work. Who's doing the calling? Right. Who's doing this? You. Who's doing that? You. So what are you complaining about? Now you got the audacity to come back here and talk about you want me to, you talking about you know, you want me to come back. You've been stalking me, all this goofy stuff. Like, what are you doing? So now, let's clarify the Two of Wands. I'm trying to tell you, warped. Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, which is Virgo, the King of Wands, yeah, the Nine of Pentacles, yeah. At the end of the day, all this is doing is having you Virgos be even more done with these goofies, because the ego is inflated. You got all these individuals out here who are too chicken squat to if they like somebody, shoot their shot. So what it is that they gotta do? Instead of them shooting a shot, they gotta act like they're so much better than other people. They gotta act like they're stuck up. And then now they gotta put down other people or make people feel ignored. And then inevitably when it doesn't work, they try to ask themselves, why isn't this working? Of course it doesn't work, because how you gonna be adversarial with somebody and be a person's enemy the whole time and expect that to work? Like, what reality are we living in? What reality are you living in? So the Nine of Pentacles, right? So the Nine of Pentacles is about you got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about you Virgos will continue to move forward and not pay attention to the stupidity. A person, first and foremost, when it comes to me, right, as a Virgo, a person, if I'm gonna be dating anybody, a person got to put themselves out there first and foremost. And what I mean when I say that is, I'm not talking about first all the time. I'm talking about, when I say first and foremost, I'm talking about a person has to tell me in general, not first per se, but a person has to tell me that this is what they want. That whole, I gotta be an enemy and moving weird and you turning me off. I don't know, but let me know what it is that y'all other Virgos think, right? Is this how it is that you move? Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.